What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey, coming to you guys with another really quick video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Let's get into this story now. This story comes to us from Us Magazine, and it is regarding our very own dear and beloved Janet Jackson. It says exclusive. Janet Jackson is waited on hand and foot while at home with new baby Eissa, baby son Eissa. Unbreakable bond. On January 3rd, Janet Jackson and her husband of 4 years, Wissam Al Amana, welcomed their first child together, son Eissa. It was an easy birth, a source close to the Grammy winner exclusively reveals in the latest issue of Us Weekly. Janet took extra care to rest. Now, the 50-year-old new mom and her infant are living a lavish life thanks to the 42-year-old Qatari business magnate's staff. The insider tells us nurses are waiting on them hand and foot. Also reporting for duty is Janet's experienced mom of 10, Catherine. A second pal reveals she plans to visit her daughter and grandson and will be joined by Janet's older brother Jermaine. On January 3rd, the Rhythm Nation singer's rep confirmed to Us Weekly that her bundle of joy had arrived. Janet Jackson and husband Wissam Almana are thrilled to welcome their son Eissa Almana into the world, her rep told us. Janet had a stress-free, healthy delivery and is resting comfortably. Last April, the pop star postponed her Unbreakable World Tour because she was planning to start a family. My husband and I are planning our family, so I'm going to have to delay our tour, she explained on April 6th Facebook in an April 6th Facebook video message to fans. Please, if you can try and understand that it's important that I do this now. I have to rest up. Doctor's orders, but I have not forgotten about you. I will continue the tour as soon as I possibly can. Okay, so let's unpack this, you guys. I had said in a previous video, I congratulated Janet Jackson, and you guys, I had already told y'all that I doubt if we'll see any pictures of this baby anytime soon. And I also mentioned that I thought that Janet Jackson had no worries whatsoever because she probably wasn't even wiping her own behind. And I still think that that's true, and in a lot of ways this story kind of confirms that. I wanted to point out a couple of things to everyone because I hear a lot of back and forth on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter about Janet Jackson really being pregnant, Janet Jackson going back on tour. A lot of people want her to come back and go back on tour and all of that. I have been a huge fan of Janet Jackson's albums. I've never been to her shows. And so her tour really didn't mean a lot to me necessarily. I haven't been a Janet Jackson fan like that. Like, I like her albums. I like occasionally some of her songs, but I'm a more of an old soul. So my type of music genre is different. But anyway, I wanted to come and point out a couple of things because I think it bears mentioning, because I always think it's hilarious when people debate the validity of people's pregnancies and things like that. One, I would not be surprised one way or another. We have to remember individually who these two people are. Wissam Al-Mana is a Muslim. He is a male, one of, I think, 3 male siblings altogether. Two, he is European. He went to school in London. He went to school for a bit of time in the U.S., but for the most part, he was raised, his business and everything is mostly abroad. Okay, what we know for a fact in the Muslim religion, it is important to bear children, and it is important to have sons. Okay, so let's talk about Janet. Janet Jackson comes from a long line of secret keepers. Okay, one, because of how Joe Jackson raised them. What goes on in this family stays in this family. Two, we as a public taught the Jackson family that we couldn't be trusted with their business. They were hounded as a family, hounded. And so it stands to reason that they would be a very, very private people. And three, it's something with that Jackson family where they don't live in the same world that we live in. I think all of them got a little Never Never Land ranch in their head. All of them. That's just my belief. That's just what I think. Okay. Now, being Jehovah's Witness is not easy. And so it did not surprise me that Janet could take on the religion, the Muslim religion, with such ease. Janet has always appeared to be very humble. I think her persona on stage gives us this appearance that she's this bad rock out person. But in every interview I've ever seen, she has appeared to be shy. She's appeared to be very, very humble. And she's appeared to be very, very private. So for her to convert her religion over, I didn't see it to be a big stretch. Her husband, Wissam Almana, is into fashion. Every picture you've ever seen out there of them together, they seem like they love each other. They're very close, and they both have been very, very fashionable, which is why it surprised me that we never saw a baby bump. Although tastefully done, because they're both Muslim, we never saw like an actual bona fide baby bump. We saw Janet Jackson looking plump, but we know it's not hard to look plump because we see it all the time in movies, right? People look a little fat, and then in the next scene they're a little thin. Okay, well, we've seen it before, right? No big deal. My point is, he is worth $1 billion, and she is worth millions of dollars in her own right. If they wanted to accomplish having a baby, more particularly a son, without prying eyes, whether she delivered that baby out of her own body or not, whether she carried that baby in her own womb or not, it is very easily done. One, they're rich, and two, they live abroad. Okay? All we know is the story that they are showing us. That's it. That's all. That's why it's sort of oxymoronic for us to hash out what we possibly think or may think is going on or may not be going on. The fact of the matter is, you'll never know till somebody die and write a memoir. You'll never know. You'll never know. Muslims are extremely loyal. No one's going to talk outside of his family. And the Jackson clan will go down hard. They'll give you some fictitious story. Over here, look over here, look over here, look over here, before they ever tell you the truth. In my opinion, just say congratulations and let's just move on from this whole thing. Okay? You guys will not see a picture of this baby until this baby is up and walking. You're not. To me, it is very, very clear, and I can go back and read her statement, what is important to them and what is important to their family. One, she must have a baby. Two, that baby must be a son. And three, no one will ever know how we did this, how we got this accomplished. This is private. Until we get ready to share it with the world, this is private. She says out of her own mouth, my husband and I are planning our family, so I am going to have to delay this tour, she explained in her, and you know, this is on video. She says, please, if you can try and understand that it's important that I do this now. She loves this man. She loves this man. She's had several tours. There was no reason for her to do another tour without having this baby. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. She did exactly what she needed to do. Okay? I wish Wissam Almana and his beautiful wife, the lovely Janet Jackson, and their new baby son, Eissa Almana, The very, very best. Peace and blessings be on you and your household and everything that you do. America, please leave these folks alone. Leave these folks alone. You know, I mean, people having babies all kinds of different ways now. Beg, borrow, steal. It's they baby. It's they baby. Let them have their little... Oh, y'all kill me. Y'all really, really do. Y'all, I mean, people just amuse me altogether when it comes to this type of thing. You know, and people want to judge by this whole integrity issue. Having a baby is one of those desperate things. One of those things that cause people to do desperate things, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if Janet Jackson, as fierce as she is, carried this baby. But I also am not going to be even remotely surprised if Janet Jackson didn't carry this baby. Okay, I do believe this baby is Janet's DNA and with Psalm's DNA. But anything outside of that, sorry. Guarantee you, everybody that's taking care of this baby is Muslim. Guarantee you. Everybody, the cook, everybody. The only person in that entire camp, dollars the donuts bet you, that is different is probably Janet. Okay, she seems like she's all in. I give it to you, girl. I do. I give it to you, because I got to have my people around me. Now your mama and your brother coming to see you, but anyway, go out there. The link is down below, you guys, and check out the video, read the article. In the article, they, you know, make a reference to Tyler Perry. You know, he's supposed to be good friends with Janet Jackson, and basically all he says is that she's an extremely private person, and he knows she's excited because he knows what that excitement feels like. I mean, we already know that Tyler Perry, did y'all remember that Tyler Perry got a baby? A child? Right? Y'all remember that? Y'all ain't seen that baby either. Okay? Y'all, I'm telling you, people are too invested in celebrities. We make them idols. We turn their lives and everything about them into idolatry, and it's not fair to them, and it's a distraction for us as a people. As a people, we got bigger fish to fry than to worry about this whole Janet Jackson situation, in my opinion. And like I said, the only thing we're gonna know for sure is what they want to show us. All of this is orchestrated. All of this. We have no idea of knowing if she carried the baby. We have no idea of knowing when this baby was born. We know what they told us, but outside of that, we don't know nothing. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I wish Janet and her husband well again and their beautiful baby boy. And beyond that, y'all, I really have no F's to give. Okay? Until next time, honeybees. Okay? I'll holla.